and welcome to my channel. I am Juju Crusader, and if this is your first time coming to my channel, I would just like to say hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a very controversial topic, and that's going to be Caroline Konstnar. That's right, the one and only Caroline Konstnar, and I will be referring to her as Kornstar just because I can, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And I feel very strongly about that. So, that all being said, I am in no way making this video to defend anything that Caroline has done in her last two videos. The two videos in question being, I have an announcement, ... and I lost the baby. I think the reaction that Caroline received was disproportionately big. I think people had a very extreme reaction to her second video, I lost the baby. So a lot of people said that the joke didn't land. What was the joke? That Caroline was pregnant and that she lost the baby. I personally don't believe the joke landed because I don't think there really was a joke. I think it was very clear from the first video through the second video that Caroline Konstnar had a very specific goal and intent for her videos, and that was to alienate her audience. And I'm not talking about her whole audience. I'm talking about the part of her audience that would have a parasocial attachment to her. You may roughly know what a parasocial relationship is, or, parasocial attachment. But for those who may not know what it is a one-sided projection of feelings from a viewer onto a content creator. And a lot of the times it is a psychological connection that is not real, but can feel very real. A lot of the time, the person who is getting projected on doesn't even know it. And the viewer can make assumptions about how that person feels based on a projected version that, they have made. So a lot of people make this idea of what this celebrity is like, or what this influencer is like, this content creator is like. And then once that person goes against that or rejects that image in the person's head, it can cause some very extreme emotions. And whenever people hear parasocial relationship or parasocial connection, they might feel like it's a bad thing or that they're being made fun of. But a parasocial connection is very common, especially nowadays when a lot of people have the majority of their connections with people online. And that's okay. But people need to know that even though a parasocial relationship, a connection, is common, it's not always the healthiest. And there are a lot of parasocial relationships that can be very positive. For example, if you've ever seen GG Gamer or Cinema Therapy, those are two different content creators, usually a team of content creators, all working together to provide very positive and self-improving media. And that can be a very positive thing for a lot of people. But most of the time, parasocial relationships are very explosive. Negative parasocial relationships that we see can be with content creators who have family blogging, people who show their everyday life and exploit their loved ones. Other people can put up fake lifestyles and promote products and make products that at the end of the day are not verified by that person, and they can lie to people about those things. That all being said, so people who find themselves in parasocial relationships either A, are lacking consistency in their day-to-day relationships. Maybe they don't have the connections they would like to see. B, they're expanding their social network, and that's just one of the people that they decide to emotionally invest in. A lot of these people can be younger with a need to escape from maybe things in their life that are not going the way that they would need it to go or want to go. Parasocial relationships are not real, and we can invest into them emotionally if we would like, but they're never going to give us the satisfaction and connection that a real relationship will give us. Now, going back to Caroline Konstnar, in her second video called I Lost the Baby, she talked to the audience and essentially went down this psychological, like, bullshit type of argument, saying that what she did was art and what she did was complex and people who get it. She didn't exactly say that, but that's what kind of a lot of people took from her video. But she did say that she wanted to alienate her audience. Now, why would a content creator want to alienate her audience, even if it's just a part of her audience? And I think this Redditor summed that up pretty well. Caroline's Lost the Baby video explicitly discusses her intent to alienate the part of her audience that does not have a healthy parasocial relationship with her content. No one's calling that a genius move. It seems more like the kind of thing someone does when they genuinely resent the way their audience treats them. Y'all may talk about the joke being bad or not landing, but y'all get so defensive whenever the word parasocial shows up that it's obviously the primary thing you care about. Instead of just doing Googling to understand the idea, y'all just assume it's a bad thing and that you've been accused of being obsessed fans for simply caring. The point of the video was not to insult people for caring, but to tell people not to engage in her content that way. It's just setting boundaries between content creator and their audience. The content she makes may not be for you, so just don't consume it. Don't troll around the subreddit or comment acting entitled to this content such that if it's not for you, it's not for anyone. These places are for people who do like the stuff she makes, who do want to support her, and who do want to talk about the stuff we like. If you aren't one of those people, then kindly just F off. Find a creator or subreddit you do like and quit being buzzkill for the people who still like what Caroline does. This person goes on to say, parasocial relationships can be really powerful and positive forces in our lives so long as we, realize that they are parasocial in nature. When we confuse the parasocial for genuine socializing, then these relationships can become obsessive and exploitative. Fans can harass and abuse complete strangers, confusing the imagined person with the real person. Creators can abuse and exploit fans by selling the lie that the relationship is real. It's totally valid if you found something genuinely offensive about Caroline's fake pregnancy. However, you should take time to really consider if it was the content you found offensive or if you felt you were made a fool. You may feel foolish, but that's a good thing. Now you can learn from your mistakes and avoid being made a bigger fool by less honest people. Now, to sum up all of that, they're just saying, hey, she doesn't want a parasocial relationship with you. She specifically made these two videos to have people who would attach to her in a parasocial way, invest emotionally into her, and then to just completely alienate those people to turn them off of her content, because she doesn't want that type of interaction at all. She wants people who are going to be on her channel for her content. And did she do that the right way? I would say not. So I do think that whenever there is a relationship, whether it's, fake or real, there's always going to be blame on both sides for whenever something goes awry. In this case, Caroline is an asshole. I will agree. She's an asshole for making the video called I Have an Announcement, stirring up an emotional fuss, and then coming out with a second video and alienating all of those people who connected with her in that first video, only to reject them emotionally in the second video. I think she could have gone her whole career without doing that, and she really committed to the bit. She went through the whole process of a pregnancy just to say, I don't want to connect with you like that. And I think as internet users, we do have some responsibility for our own emotions and essentially just our internet use. If you don't know how to guard yourself emotionally, then you are susceptible to believe and emotionally invest in anything on the internet. And if you don't like this kind of content, I would say it's definitely not my favorite bit that she's committed to, then leave. You don't have to keep watching, unfollow, unsub. Keep your peace of mind because it's not worth that type of emotional investment. This is something that a lot of people are emotionally investing a lot of negative energy into that you could be using to literally do anything else. So I think at the end of the day, it's just not worth your time. Now, people would come back and say, well, she needs to deal with the consequences of her actions. And to that I say, I think she kind of already has. I think she lost something like almost 500,000 subscribers. Like, I don't even remember how many she had by the time that the second video was posted. But she was definitely above 1 million subscribers, well above 1 million, and then she is back down to 1 million. I think she might even be a little bit less than 1 million now, if I remember right. I haven't looked at her page since the whole fiasco. The more that you comment, the more that you watch her videos, even if it's to leave a nasty comment, even if it's to dislike the video, the fact that you're clicking on it and watching potential ad revenue or potentially giving it just a view or a comment is raising her spread across YouTube. It's spreading her seed. It's essentially spreading her legs. No. The people who are left are just those who like her content and those who genuinely just want to see an actual new video. We don't want to see an apology video. We don't want to see any more horse shit about this circus fire that she created. We just want more content. We want content. Feed us, mommy. What the fuck? That all being said, I do think how she went about this whole situation definitely gave her a bigger headache than I would ever want to deal with. And again, I'm not defending anything that she has done in any way. I'm just stating that people are a lot more invested into this than they really should be. They should take people on the internet as strangers on a bus. If you get on a bus, a public transportation bus, and some lady sits down next to you and she says, "I'm pregnant!" And then she goes on spouting about the pregnancy for like 5 minutes. And then she's like, okay, goodbye. And she gets up and goes to walk off the bus. And then turns around and looks at you and is like, by the way, I lied about all of it. You would be like, okay, that was really weird. And I don't want that kind of situation to happen again. That just felt really weird. But you would in no way be emotionally invested into this person because you don't know them. They're just a stranger who started talking to you on the bus and then got off the bus. Again, you need to safeguard yourself from people on the internet because a lot of people are liars. And I'm not saying, oh, she can do whatever she wants. She can, and she's going to have consequences. Caroline is not the last person who's going to lie to you on the internet. And you really need to safeguard yourself moving forward because that's all that you can do. And that's what you should do because none of this really matters. This is just stupid. Last thing I do want to talk about is there were some straw man arguments kind of thrown into, especially the beginning of this whole drama about her talking about miscarriage and making a joke of miscarriages or joke about pregnancy. If you are out here saying, oh, you can't joke about miscarriages, oh, you can't joke about pregnancy, like, who are you to tell her she can't do that? She's literally a woman. She has the womb. She has the pass. She has the pass to say whatever she wants about pregnancy and miscarriage. She may not be right. She may be an asshole. But at the end of the day, she's just a weird young adult making a bad joke. Anyone who would say that they're upset about her line about the whole pregnancy thing, you can feel your emotions. But I would say it's not as big of an issue as people are making it out to be. Everybody's in their healing journey for pregnancy-related trauma and miscarriage-related trauma. I can say that I have my own journey that I'm on. And at the end of the day, if you are clicking on content that says, I lost the baby, you need to be emotionally ready for anything when it comes to the internet because there are so many people out here who are not genuine, who are looking for views, who are looking for clicks, who are not a safe space. And if your first video from this content creator is something that you feel very vulnerable about, I would not trust that content creator with your emotions. And I would say you should refrain from doing that in the future. I'm not saying that to victim blame, but I'm saying that as just advice. Advice to make sure that you are okay before anything else, because that's what matters. That's the whole point of this video, is let's not be upset about this situation and just move on, because it wasn't that deep to begin with. I would say Caroline is kind of just an asshole. If this was r/am I the a-hole, Caroline would definitely be the a-hole in this situation. But we are also the a-hole for going after her, for attacking her. The best thing to do in these types of situations is just to log off and not spend any more time on that person, because they're not trustworthy. They obviously do not care about your emotions, and this whole cancel culture just fuels people's channel. It doesn't actually cancel anybody. So I would say at the end of the day, just find yourself in a better space. Go outside, touch grass, read a book about grass, eat grass, become grass. The lawnmower's coming. And just have a good time with life. But anyways, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, morning, night. I don't know where you are. Where am I? Help! And just have a good time with life, guys. And I will see you all at the next video. Goodbye.